Buru, a boy, a buche, everybody in Cyberland. It's your favorite Babalao, Omodun Dileke, coming at you with a great video to talk about frequently asked questions that I get a lot in the inbox, or sometimes I read in the comment sections of the videos. And I definitely wanted to just make sure that we were all on the same page, that we're all talking the same sheet of music. But before I jump in, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. If you haven't subscribed, if you haven't liked, please do. All right? So I wanted to touch on a couple of frequently asked questions. Things that I know are on the minds of many of my viewers, many of my subscribers. And for those who are tuning in for the first time, maybe it's on your mind, right? So we're going to jump right in and just kind of start talking about a few things. All right, a few things. The first thing I want to make sure that everybody understands is that I am here to teach. I am here to grow and to preach the good word of Ifa. And through that process comes many different things. It can be me consulting people. It could be me initiating people. It could be people that no longer have a relationship with their godfather coming to me, and me taking them in. My abilities to work with people are pretty much endless. However, I do follow a code of conduct as well. For example, this goes to my first inbox and many things that I see in the comments section. All right, and that's what happens when you don't have a relationship with your godfather anymore. So therefore you received your mano de orula, your awofaka, your ikofa, and now that relationship between you, the godchild, and the godfather is severed. Something happened in between, or there's a language barrier, or you're just not getting the attention you need because your godfather has too many god kids and is not managing them appropriately, so you feel neglected, right? So those are all valid things, and those are things that happen, and they're not just happening to you if you are in that scenario, but they're happening to many people, right? And those people need homes, and those people need spiritual development, and they need spiritual teachings. So it's important for us to make sure that we still nurture those people, because my job as a babalao is no different than any other babalao. Take care of mankind. Lawa Orumila, to be the savior of mankind. Orumila, through Ifa, guide people through their spiritual paths and their spiritual development. So, how do we handle the problem? How do we handle the problem? Okay, if you came to me and you asked me, hey, this is the situation I'm in, I'm always going to say the same thing. Have you exhausted all means? Have you went to your godfather and talked to them about the neglect that you're feeling? Have you told them that, hey, listen, I went through an initiation and you gave me my stuff and I need answers and I want spiritual growth and I want spiritual development? If you did that and you are still not getting the results you want, then you respectfully go and you take 2 coconuts, right? And you take a yamen, because I tell people take a yamen. You take 2 candles to your godfather's orula and you say, listen, I'm going to give this now. I want to light orula up and I want to ask, for blessings as I move on. Now, some houses is something different. Maybe there's a $21 donation. Maybe there's, I don't know. It depends on that house. And you clean your hands with that. Don't freak out. Don't think, hey, my godfather's going to do brujeria on me. They're going to throw a goo, and I'm going to be lost. No. You need to do right by you. So, that's my advice. Make sure that when those times come, if they come, that you try your best to work it out. And if it doesn't work, then you break that pact properly and respectfully. Because If you ask me, that's exactly what I'm going to tell you. Your godfather is your teacher. Your godfather is your spiritual leader. Your godfather is the one that you need to lean on first. And if it all fails, I will gladly open up my arms, my wife and I, and we will definitely help you. Because that's what we're here for. Right? We're here for that. To teach, to learn, and to do it again. Because you're going to teach me just as much as I'm going to teach you. I promise you that. All right. So I wanted to make sure I get that out the way first. Okay. Next question out of the inbox that I wanted to make sure I address. One was services that I provide. I've had many people ask me now, hey, can you do a consultation? Hey, can you give me a certain divinity, an orisha? Hey, can you give me olokun? Okay, here's where I think a deep understanding needs to be done. My first frequently asked question had to do with godfathers, attention, making sure that we give the proper attention to godchildren. That's one. The second one somewhat falls in line. So am I, one, receiving godchildren? Yes. Do I do it in a very methodical manner? Yes. Why? Because when you receive godchildren, those first 3 months after you did a plante are very vital, right? You're dissecting and you're analyzing everything about that person in order to give them the roadmap to success. So that's one. So am I receiving people? Yes. But when it comes to warriors and mano de orura, I'm only doing them twice a year. I do them in March, and then I do it again in October. That's truly the only times I'm really doing plantes. That's what's called a plante. When we do warriors and mano de orula, and we initiate people into our spiritual home. Twice a year. In those two twice a year, right? In the March and October, if people require different initiations, like olokun, ode, oron, sign, whatever that may look like, typically it's gonna happen during those months. Because to me, it's very important that I put full attention to everything that I'm doing. That I have my support from my god brothers and my ile down in Tampa, my god brothers down in Miami, wherever I may go to do the plante, because sometimes I want to do a plante somewhere else. Maybe I go to one of my godchildren's houses, and that's where we do the plante. But I still need other babalaos, right? Specifically, my godson, who was also a babalao, he's up in Michigan. To my godson up there. He has to fly down wherever I'm doing my plante. He comes down. So those things are important to understand. So the next question out of the inbox is, what services do you offer and can you initiate? So the question is, yes, I can initiate. But typically I hover around 2 months out of the year in order to knock those things out. Now, if there's a dire need, right, I also do consultations. And in a consultation, if it is super stressed, if it's stressed that you need to get initiated ASAP into something, I have a network of babalaos that I reach out to based on where you live and the areas you live. Am I going to have a babalao for every single area? No. But am I going to try to find you the right help? Yes. And if we can't find you the right help, we will delay the process. Ifa is not going to let you fall. We will find a way around things. We will make things happen. So you will get your consultation, you will get your ebo, And even in both, to a certain extent, are going to be limited, because a lot of times you're going to have to be, well, I'll say sometimes you got to be present for an embo. And there's a lot of times where you're going to need to be present for a ceremony. But there's a lot of times when you're not. But we will resolve those issues. So what services do I offer? Well, I can give you warriors, I can give you mano de rula, I can give you any Ifa orisha at the end of the day, based on what Ifa recommends, 1, 2, the timing, and 3, do I have access to the bawalaos that I need in order to pull the initiation off? Because this is not a faith where we just do something and then we mail it out to you. When it comes to initiations, divinities and receiving divinities, that's an initiation. That's a process. That's an eyes on, and you seeing the divinity eat, and you going through something. Okay, so that's an initiation. So for everybody out there who's getting this mail order initiation stuff, no. All right, certain ceremonies you can pull off without the person in front of you, and that's fine. All right. What else do I do? I also, we do baths. My wife and I, we'll make cleansing baths that are generic. We make some specific baths based on person's oduns, which are their signs. We do baths based on what comes out of a consultation. So those things, we constantly do. My wife is crowned, Oya, so she can give Koyal ceremonies. If you require to get crowned, then we will make that trip together. I will support my wife as she goes through that journey, and she goes to her ile, her ocha house, and they work the crown ceremony for that guardian orisha. If it comes to Ifa, and that's putting somebody through Ifa to become a bawalao, I can do that as well. I will rely heavily on the bawalaos in my spiritual house, which is down in Tampa, in order to pull that off. So there's a lot of different things that can be done. Reach out, shoot me an email, leave me a comment. I'll take care of you. All right. So a lot of things hover around the aspect of what is the need. Does Ifa sanction it? All right. And are we doing it with respect and loyalty to the divinities, to Olodumare, right? And how do we allow you to develop and grow further? That's it. That is the foundation of everything. That's my goal, is to allow you to grow. So please, like I tell you always, help me help you. Right? If I don't know the problem, I can't help you with the problem. If you're not willing to reach out, if you're not willing to shoot me an email, if you're not willing to leave a comment, how can I help? So hopefully this was informative. This is just something that I think I needed to throw out there, for the simple fact that there's a lot of questions that happen, right? And it'll save me a lot of time if everybody sees this video and maybe they don't ask me. Maybe they just see the video and say, wow, okay, you know what? He answered the question before I asked it. Because I am 100% going to read every email, 100% going to respond to every email. My wife and I work hand in hand, and we will make sure to take care of every single person. But if I can alleviate the process and make it more efficient by briefing you on something, perfect, right? Bingo. So with that said, Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche, please give me the like, give me the subscribe. I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful day. I'm gonna finish smoking my cigar. It's been a long week. And with that said, Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche, many blessings to you all. Acheo, to all the viewers out there. Iburu, Iboya, Ibucheche. Ay, baba.